Jeez, I got a whole frick. Alright. Let's continue where we left off. Ah, man, stuffy tonight. Stuffy, 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 stuffy. Just like I promised. Just where we left off. Last night before some dum-dum broke something and I had to go fix it. Oh, God. Oh God, no. 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 No! Alright, yeah. Jeez. Just walked right into it, huh? So why don't I put y'all on patrol? It's kind of a long jog, but should get that done. Then I'll use you guys just to go back and forth over here. Enemies near structures to repair. You know what I bet it is? It's probably... I probably don't have any extra citizens. Oh, it's just the food. Gosh, it's the food. That's what's gonna screw me over. Oh yeah, the power. I hate that. I hate that so much. I'm so close to meeting the deadline, or not the deadline, the goal. That's how you know I'm stuffy, guys. I'm not thinking anymore. That should take care of some of the food. What am I low on? I got people. People are doing nothing right now. Got food. So what am I missing? I don't think I lost a Tesla. I mean, how did you lose a Tesla tower? Okay. Oh, not again! Not this again! I just went through this. I don't want to do it again. For the love of... Alright. Oh, she thought it was a giant swarm. I was like, good lord! So how's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully everybody had a good Saturday. Mine was pretty good, aside from the fact that I'm all stuffy. 20 more to go. 20 more to go. Alright, so how did I get power to these guys originally? Woke up early, made myself some pancakes and eggs. It was a good day. It was a good day, guys. And not once through the entire day did work call me to put out a fire. It was a great day. It was a great day. Alright, that should do it. That should be enough to get me up to 560. Or sorry, not 560. Geez, that's how you really know I'm stuffy. 600, not 560. God, jeez, these keep freaking me out, man. There's a bunch of people wandering around here. Come on, finish this up. This little. Oh, come on! I'm just shy. Come on, come on, come on. So I'll finish this level up, and then we'll go to level 3. Ugh. In the meantime, gotta find a topic of conversation tonight. What do y'all want to talk about tonight? What do y'all want to talk about? Movies, TV shows, the world being on fire all the time. I mean, personally, I do this to avoid that, but you know, everybody has their thing. Let's see. Put you guys on just a little miniature patrol, like maybe right here. Oops. Can I add a layer of patrol? I can. Perfect. That's even better. I use patrol a lot in survival mode, just to, like, if I have a wall that's covering my base or something. They're, man, dude. Maybe what I'll do for one stream is I'll play old school Command and Conquer, Tiberian Sun or something. I know they just released an updated version for Command and Conquer Classic, but I'm not gonna lie, I never actually finished or played Command and Conquer Classic. Oh, hello, we have friends. Son of a biscuit. These zombies gotta learn their lesson. One bullet at a time. Here's a topic of conversation. Is it me, or is it weird that, like, Assassin's Creed has turned from, like, a semi-historical, like, fiction into, like, a science fiction, like, not even historically interesting anymore? Like, I mean, how do you describe that, man? Like, Assassin's Creed 1 and, was it 1 and You dropped off colonists, but I didn't go increase in colonist population? What? Like the first few were like, hey, this is a real time period. These are real people, and this is so interesting. And I think around when was it? I forget which one was the last one that I played, but I think I played the last one that I beat. I should say that the last one that I beat was when Desmond dies, and I thought that was the stupidest thing ever because I was like, oh come on, like I thought we were gonna bring this into like the modern day and it was gonna be really cool, and they didn't. They just you got 5 minutes of that and they just kill off the main character, and I don't know why the hell they did that. And then I mean, like why? And now that we went to Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which actually I liked the premise of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I thought that was pretty cool. Going into ancient Greece, I love ancient Greece. I love Roman times and ancient Greece and ancient Romans are probably my two favorite time periods that I need to learn more about. But there's a lot of cool stuff that happens. There's lots of myths, and I like the fact that they added that into it, even though it's not really there. You can still play with it a little bit, but I mean, I think now we're getting to the point where it's getting a little bit ridiculous. It's like, oh hey, look, these like all these Greek gods are actually these constructs or whatever. Like, oh okay, that's kind of cool. And then it goes to that too. We're gonna kill gods. It's like, what? I don't know about that. Whatever. I'm not gonna lie. Adding the RPG elements to that game was probably the worst decision they could have made. Like, I did not like that addition to the game. I think it could have been cool, and I think that they did a good job with it. But overall, it's like every Assassin's Creed game. It's highly repetitive, to the point where it really robs it of some kind of beauty that it could have had. I don't even think I finished Black Flag, and Black Flag was pretty cool. I remember the only thing I ever wanted to do was just, be on the pirate ship and just raid everything. So before the third or fourth real mission that got you where you were going, I would end up with like the maximum level ship I can possibly get. And I'd have really nice weapons, I'd have really good gear. And I think I get up to I get up to the level where like the British or the Templars are in the city, or like the, what do you call it, the damn, what is that little that pirate city that you have. That's about as far as I get, and that's when I kind of lose interest every single time. I have no idea why. It's just something about that mission that's just highly annoying. I guess it just takes me away from what I'm doing too much. Yay, done. Alright. Hello. The Weapons Factory. Huh. Well, I'm going to go with the Weapons Factory first. That's the first thing I'm going to do. And in this game, I actually like these missions a lot more than the other missions. The other missions just feel like straight up survival missions, just like you would normally see in the base of the game. Alright, what do you say? Attention, restricted access. Authorized personnel only. Trucks and helicopters must report to access control. Alright, let's run through here. What's over here? Now, I've yet to beat this campaign. Hell, I've yet to even beat a survival map yet on just the regular survival mode. I am terrible at this game, but I do love this game. It's a lot of fun. Is there anything cool over here? No. Why would there be anything cool surrounded by zombies? That just makes sense. We can't have that. Really, nothing out here?
Yes? Sure.
Oh, there's some med kits. That's always nice. We do like med kits.
Not a problem. Yes.
Look, more bodies.
Attack! Attack! It's
What are you doing?
far. Roger that. Killing time. Yes?
Killing time. Ga 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 ga.
Alrighty. That's
Alright, let's see what these got to say. Low caliber weapons test. Alright. What does this one say? Sector A assembly line. Protection elements manufacturing. Please do not climb on the conveyor belts while the machines are running. Well then, I don't even know what you use manufacturing for if you can't climb on the conveyor belts. Automatic weapons have been placed to contain the infection. Okay, well let's start here. Cool.
all right.
Is that gonna shoot at me?
Affirmative. Okie dokie.
Nope. Okay, I like it. Alright, let's see what's in here. Barracks. Attention, infected accessing through a security breach, keep zone, and quarantine. Well, let's wait on that. Let's see what else we got. Let's do some recon. This seems like a pretty safe corridor, except for that giant gaping hole in the wall.
No problem.
High caliber weapons manufacturing. That looks cool too.
Sure thing. Affirmative.
And
That's easy.
we're just gonna
Sure thing.
let them do their thing there.
At your service.
Now, if only the game's Wasp was that effective, that'd be nice.
What? Excellent idea, sir. Sure. Take that. Understood. Gotcha. For the Empire! Got it. Come on. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, grenades.
Great.
I
Yes.
usually never end up using them. Oh crap, crap, crap.
All right. Sure.
Perfect.
All right. Child's play.
Run away. Let them do all the work. Hell, let's just open up all the doors. Let's see what's inside.
Without delay. Yes?
What's the worst that happens? They all run out and get shot. Like that.
Idea, sir. I love it. Yes?
That seems like a lot of people for a barracks.
Let's go. Perfect. Not a problem.
I thought they didn't attack wasps.
Attack! Understood.
Good evening, Grim.
I love it. Got it, Chief. I can do that.
How are you this evening, sir?
I'm on it. Yes? For the humans! Nice. Okie dokie. All right.
I'll let them wander around and maybe come get me. Who knows?
Got it, Chief.
I'm a little stuffy. I don't know what it is. I just keep finding ways to get stuffed up.
Roger that. I'm on it. Yes? Sounds good. Let's go. Come on. Alrighty. Eat my bullets.
Mostly, I think most so far I've been talking about Assassin's Creed and how like it's kind of gotten weird.
Attack! Sure thing.
Let's see.
Right away. Sure thing. It looks great. Got it. I'm on it.
Like I don't know if you've played any of the Assassin's Creed games, but like I think the last one I played was Odyssey, and I thought it was an interesting concept what they did with it, but I really didn't like the RPG elements. I wish there was just like Black Flag or something, but with the Greek stuff.
I love it.
You know, they can add a few like meaty characters in there, but I always found the game to be like
Affirmative.
as interesting as it was. I always install it, play it for a little bit, and then I turn it off and get rid of it because I'm just like, oh, I hate the freaking like I don't want to play it on easy because I feel like playing a game on easy is just well, it's boring.
Right away. Sure.
But there's so many times from like even on normal, I can't be bothered to fight some of the enemies here because it's just such a pain in the butt. I just want to fight a quick battle and then run away. That's the whole point of Assassin's Creed is that you assassinate something and then you run.
Of course. Rest in pieces.
Usually with some kind of historical flair to it. Usually.
Let's go.
And from what I've seen with Valhalla, I'm just like, where's the historical part of this game? At least with Odyssey, it was kind of like, oh, this is like Greek myth and legend and stuff, so it's like, oh, who knows what's going on.
Die.
And I really don't like the fact that they've completely abandoned like the Animus like
Killing
product. Yeah,
Roger that.
they've abandoned the Desmond storyline from what it looks like.
All right.
Let's say from what it looks like, they killed Desmond. They abandoned the Desmond storyline.
Gotcha.
I didn't like that.
Survivors. Let's go. Without delay. I like it. Yes? Right away. Taste my lead.
I'm just gonna let him come out here. I'm not gonna bother. See, no, I actually like the first one. The first one that came out was repetitive as hell. You are absolutely 100% correct. The very first one was it was very interesting though. I liked the story, even though it was repetitive. I really liked the idea. It just didn't have a very good stealth mechanic, in my opinion.
Affirmative.
Like you know, whenever you killed somebody, there was no way to not get caught. Like you were gonna get caught, and it was very video gamey as to how you did it. They kind of got better at that as times went on, but it still felt more of like a just an action game with stealth elements rather than a stealth game. And that's fair. I mean, if that's what they were going for, then so be it. But that's not what I remember them starting off with. Let's put it that way. It's not what they actually positioned it as or advertised it as.
In pieces.
Ah,
The Empire.
and I liked all of them up till like I think after there was like 2 or 3 Assassin's Creed 2s.
Affirmative.
There was like Assassin's Creed 2, like Brotherhood, and then there was Assassin's Creed just 2, and there was just something else. I can't remember all the rest of them. And they all had pretty interesting elements to them. I liked them. I even liked 3. Okay, I don't know why everybody hated on 3. It was just like, oh no, it's just some. Like, I guess it was like Native American, and people just didn't like it. I thought it was okay. I thought American Revolution stuff was pretty cool. I didn't play any of the DLCs though.
Sure.
But yeah, they get really repetitive and they get really dumb. But I liked the semi, like the Da Vinci Code-esque kind of thing they did with it, where they rewrite history a little bit and show you, oh, this is what really history was. Like, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Understood.
Um,
All right.
I'd say like the most of the story stuff from the first game was really worth playing it all the way through. But after they killed off the main character, I was like, okay, I'm kind of done. But then Black Flag came out, and Black Flag did just amazing, and I really loved the pirate element. So I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. And then I saw Odyssey, and I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot.
Got it.
And the Black Flag was fun, but really, the only part of that was really kind of had any staying power was the landmines. Okay, that's cool. don't want to blow up.
Sure. Right away. Of course.
Alright, one second.
Perfect.
I can't mindlessly walk through this part of the level.
Affirmative. Perfect. Great.
Oh, look, friends.
I'm on it.
The story elements are worth playing through because they're very, very interesting. No, I get it. Like, especially now, if I was to go back and play Assassin's Creed 1, I'd probably have to grit my teeth and just bear it. The gameplay is extremely linear and very just, well, linear pretty much sums it up. It's a very linear gameplay.
For the Empire.
But the story elements are what kept me going.
Without delay.
But especially the climbing mechanics in the first one. Oh my god, the climbing mechanics were awful. But at the same time, it was kind of one of the first games of its time. And then I think Uncharted came out. Was it before it or after it? And that kind of like changed a little bit of it. Now it's a bit better, but it's too late for me. The game still is just bad. Like Odyssey did a lot of stuff right, and then they bungled a bunch of other stuff. I still think it's a decent idea of a game. But one of the things I really liked about it was the historical part of it. You know, the historical revisionism is there, but like here's the story of history. You get to see a different side of it, or you get to see something that you normally don't see, or you get to meet characters that you don't know much about, or I guess people you don't know anything about. And I like that aspect, you know, like the Templars and the Crusaders during the Middle Ages. I thought that was pretty cool. I would love that part of it. I wish that we had more of it,
Two weapons.
but we just never get to see it. Odyssey took a different turn and kind of made it more mythological, which I thought, okay, that's fine. You know, it's the Greek myths and stuff, which I thought that's pretty cool. But crud, I might have to. But now that I'm watching some of the reviews for Valhalla, and I was like, how did we go from I'm going to kill this one guy in history to I'm going to literally kill a god? Like, that doesn't seem right. Like, it seems like they've just taken the historical part out of it, and now it's just like, we're just going to kill stuff now. I was like, well, that's fine, but, you know, usually there's a reason for it, or, you know, it's not something metaphysical, or it's like, hey, there's a greater threat at play. There is, you know, this one bad guy, you know.
Come on. I'm on it.
You know, we have to kill Templars, you know.
For the
And
Empire.
and maybe call me crazy, but I think after Black Flag, I don't think I ever heard anybody talk about like any of the story elements, like the Apple of Eden, or I don't even think Templars were mentioned in Odyssey. I mean, I didn't get very far in the game. I'll admit, but
Great. Yes.
I don't remember them talking about. Oh no, they did. It's the Illuminati. Is what it is.
Lead. I love it.
It's that really weird pyramid group that your sibling is in charge of.
Roger that. Let's go.
I don't know, it just didn't sell it for me. I was interested in it, but it just didn't sell it for me. The RPG elements didn't do much for me.
Alrighty. No fear. Piece of cake. Rest in peace.
God, I wish it did more damage.
Take that.
Oh look, stuff I need.
Bullseye. No problem. For the Empire.
Oh my, I guess my my hot takes about Assassin's Creed really emptied the room.
Cool.
Either that or people are scared of getting the Rona from me.
Affirmative. Child's play. All right.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of people in here to begin with, and then it just cleared out.
Yes. Right away. Come on. Roger that.
No, not at all. I opened my mouth.
Sure thing. Right away. Sure. All right. All right.
Alright, there's 3 more.
Great. Nice.
4 more. Darn it.
Yes?
Nope.
Perfect. Understood. Yes? No problem. All right. Perfect. It's a breeze. Attack! All right. Let's go. Right away. Perfect. Yes? All right. Got it. Gotcha. Excellent idea, sir. Yes? Sure thing.
I do that too. It happens, but I think it's a lot easier than you think once you kind of get down into it. Once you start talking about something you care about, but that's the thing, you have to care about it,
No doubt.
which is hard because
No problem.
like there's a lot of stuff that's out right now that I just could not I just could not care about. Like most video games today, I just don't care. I'm not interested in what they're selling. It's just garbage.
Perfect. For the humans. I can do that. Got it, Chief.
Like if I had to really, this is probably one of the reasons why I'm never going to go anywhere, because like if I had to be really excited about the next Mass Effect game, I'd probably have a conniption fit and an aneurysm on stream. I just couldn't do it.
Nice. Sure.
After Andromeda, I was just like, this looks bad. Everything is bad, and you guys suck at making decisions.
Killing time. Sure. Okie dokie. For the humans.
I heard somebody say the other day, like this is one of the streamers that I enjoy actually watching every now and again,
Pieces.
saying that like BioWare never was good, and I was like, excuse you? It's like, in what freaking world was like Dragon Age Origins a bad game?
Chief.
Now,
Gotcha.
granted, cheesy, sure.
Alrighty.
Bad,
Sure.
no.
Nice.
They had, don't get me wrong, clunky mechanics. I'll admit that they had some clunky mechanics, and they cleaned it up a little bit in the second one. But I would dare say, Dragon Age 2 is a big downgrade.
Alright.
Oh, for the love, I do this again. Okay, cool.
Alright.
Okay, we're doing this again.
I'm on it. Alrighty. No survivors. Without delay. Okie dokie. Let's go.
Yeah, after the whole Brotherhood of Nod thing that I did on Twitter, I'm kind of wanting to play Tiberian Sun.
Sounds good. I love it. Not a problem. Yes?
Assuming that I can get it to stream and work properly, which God knows if I'll be able to.
2 weapons, double the fun.
EA may have released a collector's edition or whatever, but they didn't update it.
I love it. Alrighty.
Jeez.
Alrighty.
Ugh, this is the one bad part about this game.
I love it.
Right, is there a way I can get more units? Oh, I didn't actually go down here. I could have sworn there was a part where I got more soldiers somewhere.
Affirmative.
Let's see if I can go get more soldiers.
Of course. Alrighty. Sure. Let's go. Come on. Roger that. Sure thing.
Yeah, whenever I get the time. I still want to play Wasteland 3. I bought Wasteland 2 and I fell in love with it, and I said, okay, I have to play Wasteland 3 now.
Sure.
I bought Wasteland 3 and I need to play that now. So if I do it, it's going to be way down the list.
Alright.
I even want to play Dragon Age Origins again. I've started it like 4 times, but each time I have to reboot my computer, or not reboot, reformat my computer.
Great.
And since it doesn't have cloud saving, I have to start from scratch every single time.
For the humans. Child's play. Gotcha. Sure. Attack. Without delay.
And then y'all get if I play Dragon Age on stream, y'all are gonna find out real fast how much I suck at RPGs. Like I don't know how to build a character to save my life half the time. I think I think I was a kid when KOTOR came out, and only recently did I actually build a character that was worth half a darn. Sorry, and I got away with that because I said I'm gonna build a character that's straight up strength. Like his whole shtick is I'm gonna tear your face off with a spoon. And sure enough, I built a character that in melee combat you just died instantly.
Come on. Let's go. For the humans.
I could have sworn there was a place where I got soldiers on this level.
Sure thing. No problem.
This is one of the bad parts about this game is that these missions, as fun as they are, they kind of break up the monotony. They're very grindy. They're very grindy.
I'm on it. Attack!
I mean, that being said, the game itself is extremely grindy, so
Excellent idea, sir. Rest in
the problem is, at the end of KOTOR 1, because I built my character to straight up be for strength, I didn't have many abilities, like force abilities. And so at the end of the game, you're supposed to have like force drain or like something else to heal yourself in combat because you have all these like soldiers that were captured. And I didn't have that.
Let's go.
So it didn't work. So I had to like
For the humans.
kind of cheese my way through that fight as much as I could. Yeah, no worries.
It's a breeze. Come on. Sure. Great. Child's play. Piece of cake. Killing time. Perfect. Yes?
Those German World War II helmets? Weird.
Excellent idea, sir. Piece of cake. Got it. All right. Perfect. No problem. Right away. Gotcha. Taste my lead. Right away. Great. Got it. For the humans. Yes. Roger that. Gotcha. Alrighty. Sure. I'm on it. I love it. Gotcha. For the humans. I'm on it.
Crap,
On.
crap, 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 crap.
Breeze. Understood. Okie dokie. Let's go. No problem. Got it, Chief. Sounds good. Child's play. Sure. Sure thing. No fear!
Oh my, they're just streaming in here, huh?
That's easy. Understood. I'm on it. For the Empire. Yes? All right. Gotcha. Yes? Understood.
God dang it.
Gotcha.
For the love of all that is good in this world, please just leave me alone.
Good quality.
And there's a space out there, which means I gotta go out there too, take a look at stuff.
Roger that. It's a breeze. Rest in pieces. Got it, Chief. All right. For the humans. Affirmative. Got it. Alrighty. Roger that. Great. Affirmative. Let's go. Yes. Great. For the humans! All right. Roger that. 2 weapons, double the fun. Great. Die! Sounds good. I can do that.
Ooh, 2 things. That's nice.
Great. Good find.
Myth likes that.
Got it. Okie dokie. No survivors! Sure. Take that! For the
Oh.
Empire.
Didn't see her.
Eat my bullets! Sounds good. Great. Attack! Come on. Rest in peace. Let's go. Wonderful. Sure thing. Attack! Got it. Great. Roger that. Right away. For the humans! I can do that. Great. Nice.
Went through all that for a med kit.
Excellent idea, sir. Alrighty.
Alright, I'm not saying I'm angry, but I do feel kind of cheated right now.
Yes. Piece of cake.
But I guess the world isn't fair. But I've known that for a while. I knew that when one of my favorite animes when I was a teenager never got a second season. That's how I know. That's the day I learned the world wasn't fair. Because somebody didn't make the cartoon I wanted.
Let's go.
What are you...
Excellent idea, sir.
Oh, no, no, no. See if I do that, it's gonna be funny.
Go ahead.
It's gonna be hilarious, and everybody's gonna go, "Wow, that piece of trash," and then I'm gonna go, "Yeah, that piece of trash." That's why I didn't get a second season. One of my favorite animes when I was a teenager was High School of the Dead.
Excellent idea, sir. Not a problem.
I've got the colorized. This is how much of a fan I am. I actually have the colorized gigantic book of all of the comics or all the mangas. I've got all that colorized, sitting next to my nightstand, like sitting next to Art of War and like Marcus Aurelius's was it Reminit? What is it called? Jeez, what's it called? Jeez, what is it called? It's not Reminiscence. It's
Eat my bullets.
gosh darn it. Basically, I've got it sitting next to a bunch of philosophy books, like a bunch of old school like classics that I've got two freaking mangas that are. No, it's got a cult following. That's what it has.
Come on. Rest in pieces.
You know, it's like this mainstream Cowboy Bebop. There's stuff like that, like the Big O, Outlaw Star. It's probably something that I grew up with, but High School of the Dead was definitely one of those things that it exists to cater to the zombie crowd, and essentially just be fan service for lots of people. Which fair enough.
Sure.
Okay, I need to stop letting this guy catch me. There we go.
Sure thing. Let's go. Let's go. Sure. Taste my lead.
Now it's bothering me what that freaking book is called.
Yes. Roger that.
I need to crack it open and read it. I haven't read it yet. But I've also got like the Annals of Rome by Tacitus, the ones that survived anyway. I've got those in book form. I've tried reading those a couple times. Those are really hard reads. Not because of what's going on, but because it's very dry. The Annals of Rome. Which I appreciate. I mean, I like it whenever they're just like, this happened, then this happened, then this happened, then this happened. And it's like, okay, what time period am I in again? Like, what are we talking about?
Double the fun.
And unlike most history, I can kind of tell what time period we're talking about, but
Not a problem.
occasionally Tacitus will, like,
Yes.
amend something, and it's hard to follow.
Child's play.
Because I guess there's certain moments in Roman history that I know happened, but I don't know when it happened, and I don't know when he's writing it, so I don't really know like at what point, like, are we talking about ancient history to them? Are we talking about stuff that happened months ago, like years ago?
Of course.
Like when he talks about, I mean, Varus, I don't remember, and this is, again, my Roman history, as much as I love the time periods,
Attack.
I get fuzzy. Varus, I think, takes auxiliary troops and a few Roman legions, and then he goes and attacks
Affirmative. Eat my
a
bullets.
traitor, and I think he gets the entire legion wiped out, and that's where like the Varus "give me back my legions" things comes from.
Understood. I'm on it.
I forget all the details, but like he's talking about that at one point, discussing about like why the legion was destroyed or things like that. It's interesting stuff.
Gotcha.
It's just really dry.
Piece of cake. Got it. Without delay.
Oh, now you don't want to run after me.
Gotcha. No survivors. Child's play. Nice. Sure.
I know everybody watches video game playthroughs to discuss the philosophy of Marcus Aurelius and Tacitus and Plebeius and
Double the fun. Perfect. Got it. Sounds good.
then I think I need to read stuff by Cicero eventually,
Come on. Sure.
or whatever he had. I know Cicero believed like the Roman man, if I'm not mistaken, and that was the idea that, you know, Rome would survive by becoming better than what they were, which is not a bad idea. It's just that, like, he goes, the Roman must be what essentially what I consider to be like I know, right? I would consider what Cicero talked about as the proper Roman to be what the British would consider to be nobility. is someone who's well-rounded in many subjects, who is intelligent, who is witty, who can speak to multiple complicated topics, is well read across like the well, back then their own version of the classics. Um, so it's interesting, and he believed that would be what led Rome into a forever ending golden era or whatever. And again, there's an argument to be made that like if you've got a bunch of people that are very wise, even down to the regular person, then yes, like you would have a golden era that would never end, theoretically. I'm not sure how you'd pull that off because, that would assume that somebody cared enough to try and educate themselves.
Interesting indeed. Take that. Piece of cake. Yes?
Oh, there it is.
Show me the money. All right.
Let's do that.
Wonderful. Child's play.
And honestly, the next best thing to discuss is why the hell Invader Zim never got a fourth season. That's the thing that I want to know.
Alrighty. What's that? Excellent idea, sir. The more the merrier.
All right, so there's all the. Oh, hello.
Go.
Did I get it? No, I didn't.
What do we have here?
All right, I'm missing 60 research. I wouldn't even call it education. We have a lot of mind-numbing ideas, is what I would call them. Like when I was in school, I am thankful that some of my education was not that bad, but
That's easy.
there's a lot of it that was. But even then, I would even argue that it's not education in the school. It's the fact that nobody has to be challenged for anything anymore. Like back in the day, when you went to school, you had to go home and work on a farm, or you had to do something else that made you think all the time. I know, right? Although I did enjoy the Netflix movie, I appreciated that. It wasn't everything that I wanted it to be, but I appreciated the fact that it was what it was. Well, I don't want to leave without getting all my stuff. But what am I missing? It's probably somewhere in the manufacturing section, because why wouldn't it be? There's dozens of stuff in here that it could be. But I would say education in many respects is lacking because there's not a lot of challenge at home. Like, you don't have to think that much when you're going through your day-to-day life. I get in the car, I listen to a podcast, I mindlessly drive to work or to school or wherever. I'm constantly engaging with some type of media, so I don't have to think about anything. And I'm guilty of this too. Like, I've got a long drive to work, so I usually put on a podcast. Then when I'm in my office, I've got another podcast going, and then throughout the day, I'll listen to, the updates and the horror of what's going on in the world. It's there's always something that I'm bombarding myself with rather than letting myself decompress just to keep up with what's happening.
Got it.
It has to be something in here. There's no way there was just a health bar. Oh, there it was, right there. Those two things right there.
No fear. I can do that.
At least that's my opinion anyway. I mean, of course, I'm not a psychologist, and I'm not trained in that.
In the car.
But I think a lot of it is that they don't have to think about anything, and then they don't want to think about anything. Because thinking is, let's be real honest. Like, if you really thinking about something is kind of depressing. Like, if you had to sit there and think about,
I love it.
the ethical actions that you take each and every day over the little things you do, that would be kind of depressing.
Let's go. Without
Like when I used to work in retail, there was there was little instances that would pop up, and we would always say, "Oh, we're here to act ethically," and then we would do something that I would go, "This is unethical, though."
Gotcha.
So but nobody wanted to talk about it. Nobody wanted to think about it because, well, that means that we have to actually do a moral inventory, and no one wanted to do it.
All right. Got it. Not a problem. Got it. All right. Excellent idea, sir. Roger
Or
that.
perhaps we would have an issue that had a relatively simple solution, but maybe nobody wanted to think about what that solution looked like. Well, yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, maybe I'm being too harsh on them. It's not that every single time that happened. It's not that. It's not every single time. But it did happen a couple times, and then there are other times where the exact opposite happened, where we actually did spend time on, but
Sure thing.
they were ethical issues that I think were more acceptable to deal with in the workplace.
Understood.
Like if a coworker comes in drunk, that's an ethical issue that's relatively straightforward. We don't want to get rid of the guy. He's a good worker. He just had a really, really, really hard time going on. So the ethical thing to do would be to like, hey, let's give him a break. Let's encourage him to go to some kind of therapy. That's easy ethical thing to do.
Child's play.
But then something else would happen where maybe somebody is not technically stealing, but they're doing something that is highly, highly not acceptable. But it's not technically against company policy, and therefore we're not going to talk about it. It's weird stuff.
Okay.
All right, I gotta find that stupid freaking. There's got to be more that I'm missing here. All right, chat. If something flashes on the screen and I miss it, let me know. All these lights dimming in and out's throwing me off. I'm missing 20 points. 20 points.
Of course. Perfect. Roger that.
But I think the biggest issue is that a lot of people don't have to think in their day-to-day lives. And even my job, sometimes I'm sitting there, it's all mindless work. It's not really difficult work that makes me,
For the Empire.
challenge the way I think or what I'm thinking or how I think. It's always the same thing.
Yes.
You know, when a program stops working, I know how to go and debug it really quick. If a system breaks down, I can just start doing basic troubleshooting. That it's really simple. I don't have to think that much about it. I just start doing the motions. And I think some of that comes with experience,
Of
but
course.
you do it enough times and you just get stagnant. You don't actually grow or do anything.
Right.
Come on, where's the last 20 points? I don't want to leave without them. I need those. Especially on hard mode. Those are not going to be fun to live without. But this is why I like feedback, because I like to hear what other people say. Usually I got buddies at work or former coworkers at the see. This is the funny part: is that my retail store, when I used to work retail, uh, I would have these discussions with close friends all the time in front of other coworkers. And you'd see people like during the lunchroom like get really uncomfortable because they'd be like, I don't want to think about this because that means I have to really think about what I'm doing in my day-to-day life if I even hear this conversation. But then you had other people that were like, yeah, that's right. Like this is maybe we should do more in our day-to-day. Maybe we should challenge ourselves a little bit more on the things that we do. Maybe we should reflect on the things that we say and do to each other.
Not a problem. Great.
Hmm. Maybe it's like a little trinket on here or something. No. Yeah, I'd love to hear other people's ideas on it, but I think that whenever life gets too simple to a certain point, people they don't have to think anymore. And when they don't have to think anymore, they start to stagnate. So you can read stories, but you won't understand them because you have no reference for them. It's like if you took a story of a person that lived on a farm, and you told it to somebody in the city, like they would go, I don't know, I don't know what you're talking about. What are these things? Like what is that? What is this? They may understand bits and pieces of it, but they don't know the difficulty of the hardship of doing it.
Sure. Sure thing. Great.
Like a friend of mine who moved from a farm to the suburbs, like he does stuff, and I'm like, I don't understand what like I don't understand what you're talking about half the time. Like you're saying things, I know what you're saying has meaning, but I don't understand what it is that you're actually talking about.
Understood.
Or like, you know, whenever he would come back from the fields and his wife would literally hose him down because he's covered in pig manure. Like, I understand what you're saying. I don't understand what that. I don't understand what that looks like, smells like. I don't have the experience of that. But I think I'm okay with not understanding that experience, though. Oh, come on.
It's a breeze.
Yeah, you know, and here's the thing. I'm guilty of that too, man. Like, I'm guilty of that too. There are some days where I think, especially recently, thanks to COVID, I have my patience and my attention span is cratered. It's gotten bad, and I've been trying to read a little bit more,
No problem.
but just the damage that COVID has done since the lockdowns occurred.
Idea.
I used to read about a book a month, and now I've been working on the same book for about a year. Uh, I don't know what happened. Like, just one day I just stopped reading. I just stopped challenging. I stopped thinking, and it got to me. And only recently, when I had to actually go back into my office and redo my office, I sat there and I was looking at. So I had to change offices when I took my new position. I had to sit there and I had to really think about how I wanted my desk to look. And before, I would just do it. I didn't even have to think about it. But now I had to really think about it, and it was very difficult. And I was like, this should not be hard for me.
Understood.
Like, why is something so simple as organizing this my desk the way that I want it to be, organizing my monitors, organizing like where I want my laptop to be? Why is this requiring effort?
Great.
And it was because for 3 to 4 months, I literally sat at my home desk and didn't have to think about anything because my job was project management and planning.
Roger
I
that.
had no projects to manage. I had no projects to plan. So I sat and did nothing essentially for 3 to 4 months. And you know, I wasn't the only one that had to do that. So, uh, but, you know, I know some of my coworkers that would literally play video games all day and just get paid for it because they had nothing to do.
Of course.
And
Let's go.
I was like, I can't really blame them. I mean, just nothing going on. And you know, if anybody asked, of course we were always busy on something, but like all of our projects were frozen, our vendors were frozen. Like there was nothing we could do. And aside from, hey guys, like we're still working on those projects, we're still looking at data, but it's like we already know the data's right. We already know this is right. We already know that's right. We've already validated this, that, and the other. We're literally just waiting for the go ahead, and we're not getting it. Where is this? Oh, oh damn! It's gotta be something. Chat, help me. I call upon you, chat. One of y'all has to know where this last little bit is. You know, but after so long, you get into the practice of doing nothing, and it's really bad on you. You know,
No problem.
even after being sick for long periods of time. When I think there was one time I got sick, I was literally on my couch for a solid month, and I thought I was gonna die.
Sounds good.
And this is like in my early 20s, and even then, like I got back to work pretty fast. It was not that hard for me to get back to work. I think maybe it took me about a week or so to kind of really get back into the groove of things, but I was also a lot more active physically, so I was actually moving around and doing stuff. I think that really helped out. But now that all of my stuff is mental and it's all just planning and paperwork, it's a bit of a different story. Where is this darn freaking little thing?
Piece of cake.
Now let's make sure I've literally uncovered every corner that I can go into. Oh, you know what? Maybe there's something right here.
Test. Understood.
Yep.
Nice. I can do that.
I'm sure people are scoffing and going, it took effort to, you know, do your desk, and it's like, yeah.
What?
Oh, there. Oh, man, I was sitting there. I'm
Amazing.
embarrassed. Oh, but those are just grenades. Gosh darn it.
Child's play.
Okay.
Sure thing.
Is there something over here?
Okie dokie.
But yeah, I used to read a lot of books, and now I'm still working on the same one. And honestly, it's a big book. I mean, it's not like it's a small little book, but and it's even one of my fun reads. I usually go back and forth between fun reads and then like real reads. So I'll like read a science fiction fantasy book, and then like the next book I'll read
Affirmative. Yes?
something philosophical or something
For the humans. Yes?
something that challenges the way that I think or something. And
Got it.
like this year, I just haven't done it, or this past year, I guess I haven't done it.
Child's play.
I think the last time I got sick, I actually read the entire Lord of the Rings.
Gotcha. Perfect.
Oh, are you hiding? You were hiding.
Yeah.
There you are.
Sure thing. All right.
Uh,
Commander.
all right. Now that that's done, I can leave and move to the next level.
Sounds good.
Oh my gosh. If somebody asked me to proofread something, oh my gosh, like even long Twitter posts now are too hard for me sometimes. I say too hard. Like I don't have a patience for long Twitter posts now. That's essentially where my attention span is gone. All right, let's see here. I need barricades. Wait, where can I grab that? Expert workshops. Okay, there and then there. Ooh, that'd be nice. But I really need farming. Let's see. So those are going to be useful. I would definitely want farming. Oh, cool. See, this is almost impossible. It's an interesting idea, but it's almost impossible to do this. I don't know much about farming, but I do know a few farmers, and they'll tell you straight up, like you can destroy stuff to where people don't want to do it anymore, but it's not likely. She loads her weapons? I didn't even know that. I mean, well, yeah, you can like purposefully destroy stuff, but I mean, like if we were like growing stuff out of the ground, we would rotate our crops. Like that's what we would do. So you'll take like I forget what you can eat. I think corn replenishes nutrients, and like soybeans. No, soybean. I think soybeans replenish the earth, and corn does not. If I'm not mistaken, I can't remember now. I'm not a farmer. I'd have to get my farmer buddy to tell me again. But there was like some crops that were really. I know cotton. I know cotton damages the ground really badly. So you obviously don't grow cotton in the same place twice. Yep, look, yeah, that's where that works too. Yep. Let's see here. The Villages of Doom. Yeah, so obviously, if that's the case, you definitely want to make sure that you replenish it, which is obviously good. But if you've drained the earth of all of its natural nutrients, all you would really do is just simply rotate your crops to something that you can still eat, but replenishes the earth. Plus, I don't think that every single bit of land would be taken up by things that deplete the earth. I mean, I don't know if do apple trees, like, do pears and fruits, do those, I don't even know, what do those do to the ground? I don't even know. I don't even know. I am woefully ignorant upon these subjects. I know just enough to like go, I think I know enough, and then don't know jack squat. I need gold. What I probably should do is just build a little tower right here and just let it sit. Well, I don't think they damage the earth though. I don't think they actually damage the soil like cotton and like corn does. Like cotton will just completely just destroy the soil, but it's not like it's not irreparable. It's just it just drains it of everything. Like wheat, I don't think wheat does anything to it. I think you can just keep growing wheat in the same place without real problems. Maybe cycle it out every now and again so that you get really rich soil, but that's about it. Because you don't cut down your apple trees. I mean, I've never heard of cutting down apple trees. It takes what 4 or 5 cycles for your apple tree to become useful. I thought about growing orange trees a long time ago because I really like oranges, but then I realized the effort in that, and I was like, "Geez, no, I'll be like an old guy before that thing actually turns like an orange." And God forbid if I don't cross pollinate it or whatever the hell they talked about to make the oranges taste good, then like they'll just taste like freaking cotton in my mouth. I'm like, okay, now I'm good. We have friends. We have friends! This is what got me last time, guys. We're not doing that again. Alright, 14, 12, 10, 12, 9, 8, 10, 6. Oh, okay, that's gotta go. Sorry, that's 16. 16 wood has... Oh, no, why not? It's gotta go. Well, aren't you special? I don't have any apple trees near my house. Yeah, I think like the most fruit trees, like they take the first cycle, like you never touch the fruit from the first cycle. It's bad. Like man, in some cases it'll hurt you. And I'm just like, that's got to be ridiculous, man. Like, how? But I don't know. I don't know jack about how that stuff works. And the fact that there was, I think my farming friend was telling me, he's like, because I was telling him I wanted to grow oranges because I love oranges, and his response was, "Oh man, you got so much work to do for that." And I was like, "Don't you just grow just put the seed in the ground and it grows. It's like, oh yeah, you can do that, but like it'll take years for it to grow, and then its first uh, produce is going to be bad, and you gotta cross pollinate it with like a female version of the tree. And I was like, oh what? A female version of a tree? What the hell are you talking about? Jeez, that's intense, man. It's like I didn't, maybe he was just yanking my chain. I have no idea, but like, I was like, you gendered trees. Like, what is that? What does that mean? I mean, do you still grow apples on it? I mean, that's the question. Nice. So I guess in the long run, it just it's good, but in the short run, yeah, the short run is just it's a lot of work for what probably seems like no reward. All right, I'm gonna just start patrolling here. Then we can wax idiotic as long as I want to until this is done. And now we wait. Jeez. A 4-foot pile of apples. I remember watching like back before England left the EU. There was a documentary that I watched because I don't know much about the EU, but the documentary talked about how like because of regulation, like there was a bunch of apples that were from France that essentially France can't sell due to regulation, but they showed a landfill, like a massive landfill filled with apples. And they said all this food essentially has to be thrown away per EU regulations. Like they can't give it away, they can't donate it, they can't use it. No, it must be destroyed every year due to EU regulations. And I was like, dude, like again, I'm not a farmer. I don't know much about anything, but I was like, couldn't you use that for composting? Like, something? I mean, I remember, having a worm farm, uh, whenever I was a kid, and like, 'cause we were taught like how what do worms eat? We were learning the anatomy of worms, and so they gave us this giant 2 liter bottle, and they filled it with worms and dirt, and we had to feed them apple slices, and they would kind of compost in there. I guess it was pretty cool, actually. Oh no, dude! Like, I mean, when I saw it, I was like, I'm sure that like we do it too. I'm sure that America has similar laws. Fast forward to 2020, and sure enough, we have laws that essentially say, "Oh, you didn't sell your pigs fast enough. Okay, well, murder your pigs and just eat the loss." And it's like, damn, that's a pretty hardcore take there. Um, but like every year, they produce so much food that they can't sell it. Otherwise, it would be essentially make the food worthless. Which I'm like, dude, only in the year 2000 plus can we produce so much food that by the very merit of growing it, it essentially makes it worthless. Like, look, man, officially We should always trust the government. They know what's best for us. Officially, the government knows what's best, and we should always listen to our overlords. I would never criticize nor disagree with any of my faithful and diligent leaders. God, this is really hard. Especially my overlords in big tech. I believe they will do what's best for me at all times. It is for my benefit that they do what they do. Working on stone now, alright. And then I need oh, there's some iron. I wonder if I could try to build that thing first. I think I have to actually upgrade those things in the progress tree. I think I don't just get them there. Exactly. It's crazy talk to think that, you know, they have anything but our best interest at heart. I guess I will put that here. Oh, no. I kind of don't want to put it over here. This is good farmland right there. That's good wood areas. That is too. I guess I can throw it right here. It's fine. It's fine. But then I can use those farms. That'll be nice and strong. I need more food. I kind of want to put more. I don't want to put more hunting cottages. I mean, they're easy, but I mean, I'm gonna have farms soon. Farms soon. Good lord, I'm not even tired yet, and I'm pooping my words out. I don't know if that's okay to say on Twitch. Can I say poop on Twitch? I don't even know. Nope, that's not good. Felix. Felix. What you doing, bud? I'm napping, Dad. Maybe one day I'll just put up a Felix camera, and I won't stream myself, I'll just stream Felix. Doing Felix things. Where he goes from I'm asleep to I am running around like a crazy cat in no time flat. Like I've actually had to replace 2 headsets because what he'll do is I'll sit there, I'll play a game, and I feel bad because a buddy of mine, when I was, well, I guess, yeah, actually, Ham actually got me a headset for my birthday one year, and he got me a pretty nice one too. It wasn't like the best thing in the world, but it was pretty good, and I really liked it. And then I found out that he was chewing on the cord, and it was one of those cloth cords, so I guess he liked the way it felt whenever he chewed on it. And so, like, he essentially ruined it. And I felt bad because I'm like, well, damn it. I mean, darn it. And just stop cursing. But, yeah, he chewed through like a $60 headset. And now I have like this $15 one that's just garbage. Hey, it works, but he just does really stupid stuff. I don't know why he does it. And like, I would actually like shoo him away from the headset cord, and then he would immediately charge right back into it. It was like an addiction. Like for this one, he doesn't do it because the cloth is like that really slick rubber. So I guess he just doesn't want to do it there, but it's crazy. So I guess my next big headset purchase, if I ever get another big headset, is going to be like a cordless one. I'll get a Bluetooth card installed, and I'll connect my headset via Bluetooth. Oh, that was close. Yeah. Felix cost me a very, very nice headset because he's a bad cat. He's very good at being a cat. He's just a bad cat. But he does play fetch, so there's that. Nope. Look, there was a time in my life where I could afford that. That time is gone. Oh, snap. Yeah, he plays fetch. That's one of the, you'll hear me occasionally tell him that I need his toy if he wants me to play, and it's me. Essentially, what I'll do is I'll take a little like cotton toy that looks like a mouse or a giraffe or whatever, and I'll just throw it out the room, and he'll go charging after it. Yeah, he's not a dumb cat. He's pretty smart, but he has a tendency to be a bit of a pain, though. I think there was one night I had to stop streaming because he just would not leave me alone. Like, I don't mind him wanting to play, because what he'll normally do is he'll walk up next to me, and he'll kind of rub his face against my hand, or climb in my lap and try to rear up on his hind legs and meow at me or something. And that's his way of saying, hey, I wanna play, or I wanna do something. But one night he was not letting me have any peace whatsoever. Like, he was going after my headset, he was going after my controller, he was going after my feet. He just would not leave me alone. And I was like, all right, like, this is bad. I gotta just stop. So I had to stop the stream like 45 minutes in, I think. It was a couple nights ago. Because Felix tends to be a bad cat. He's just a big old bugger. Or booger. I should say booger. But no, right now he's sleeping on a little woolen blanket, happy as can be, because... Whoop, oh, what's under attack? Oh my goodness. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I probably should have upgraded that. They'll be fine probably, but let's go ahead and toss them in there. Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh, boys. It's a terrible wall. It's a terrible wall, but at least it might hold them out. I'll just tear it down if I don't need it anymore. 26 health. Oh, so close. Alright, so I don't need that. I probably should put something up here, though. I think I'll probably be okay for food. 5 iron. Then I'll need to seal that off. Oops. 11, 10, 8, 12, 10, 12, 11, 10, yep, 12 it is. I can't be the only one with weird pets, though. It's not possible. Somebody else in the chat has to have a weird pet. They're just being quiet. I could say something super controversial, though, like about how Legend of Korra is a terrible show. Let's see if anybody cares enough to fight and defend that horrid piece of garbage. There's usually one person that'll defend that horrible piece of garbage. Alright, that's good enough. A dog-hating fetch. Alright, that is a new development for me. I've never heard of a dog that hates fetch. I have seen a dog too tired to continue playing fetch. I have seen this. I have never heard of a dog that does not like to play fetch. Jeez. Like, does he just sit? Like, he just, like, so you grab something to throw and he just, like, goes, no. That's the dog voice. No. That is how all dogs sound, by the way. That is officially how all dogs sound. No. I don't want it dead. I don't want to. See, I've seen dogs that are tired that'll do that. Like they'll get up like they want to, then they'll watch the ball. They'll kind of like jolt forward and then stop, and then kind of like go, nah, I'm good. But like, I've never heard of a dog that's like not doing anything, and just like, No, I don't really want to do it. Alright, let's see if we can get this up. So, I have a colony 400, and I'm at 144. Okay. At least with the cottages, that'll make this a little bit easier. Jeez, this sucks, man. I'm sorry. A dog that won't play fetch. That's like a curse. I still need to cut down a tree so that I can put in a chicken coop. Then I gotta figure out a way to make sure that nobody eats my chickens. I got dogs and cats all over the neighborhood. So I have to like encase them in. But I've also got like a little old garden that we've never used, but it's got all this random crap and debris in there, and I've been hearing that chickens also will gladly go through and just eat up that crap, like the little reeds. They'll just tear it up right out of the ground. They'll pick at the ground and loosen the soil up, and I'm like, yeah, that'll be good, and I can start using that for cabbages and stuff. But first, I gotta get my darn chickens. Well, actually, first I gotta tear down the tree. More food is needed. What the hell? Your dog is just broken, dude. A dog that doesn't like walks and a dog that doesn't play fetch. Can she roll over, or is that too much for her? Again, dude, your dog is just broken. Like I just can't. Your dog is broken. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Your dog is just broken. I mean, a dog that doesn't walk, that's odd, but at least, I can understand that. I mean, I'm not a really huge fan of going on walks either, but, you know, I mean, I'm not going to, like, complain about it. But if your dog is like, oh, I don't want to walk, I don't want to play fetch, I don't want to do dog things, like, does she like hunting? Like, I don't know. Oh, this sounds like what I want to do sometimes. I can appreciate the sentiment of wanting to keep, you know, the outsiders away. I can understand that. It's like if there's strangers in my neighborhood and they're approaching my home. Hmm. Hmm. Heck, even most of the animals that I've had to take care of in my life, usually I can get them to at least respond to me, like calling them. Like even cats, like I can get Felix to come to me if I call his name. But like usually they have some kind of little game they like to play or some kind of quirk they have that makes them more unique. But I've never heard of a dog that doesn't play fetch, doesn't enjoy exercise. Like, I mean, if you take her to the beach, does she just have a conniption, or like does she enjoy it? I don't even know. Oh, beach, lake, whatever. Hey, at least that makes sense. Like that at least makes some semblance of makes some kind of sense. Like, oh, I like running around my backyard. I just don't like going to places I don't know anything about. Like that makes sense. It's still kind of weird that like she doesn't have a territory that she walks around, like the house or the neighborhood or whatever. Heck, even dogs that like a friend of mine's parents had to put down their dog recently, but that dog was old. She was so old she couldn't stand up properly. She still wanted to go on long walks. I was like, that dog literally would hobble its way across the neighborhood if it had to, and she has done it. And eventually to the point where like I or somebody else had to come and pick her up and bring her back to the house because she's like, I want to walk. I've never heard of a dog that doesn't like to go on walks to the neighborhood or. That sounds horribly embarrassing. I don't have a dog, but if I did get a dog, I would get I think it's called an English Bull Terrier. It's the one that Patton had. And I looked up those dogs, and apparently those are really high maintenance. Like, you got to have some real money to take care of those dogs because they are extremely high maintenance, and they have a load of health problems. Like, they have breathing issues, they have heart issues, apparently. At least that's what I heard. And they're expensive, and they require like constant stimulation. Like you can't have a day where you're sitting inside. Like like I think every 4 hours you have to take them out, otherwise they'll go nuts. No. I need to keep expanding my people supply. Food, more food, good lord. See, I don't even know what a mutt is. I know dog. I know that there are things called dogs. And then because of another friend of mine, I was introduced to the world of dog shows, and I was like, wow, y'all people get really into your dogs. And like somebody was saying it costs thousands of dollars to have their dog like breed with another dog, and I was like, this is like, dog prostitution is legal? That's weird. It's like, oh, well, my dog won a championship back in 2020, like, or 2016, or 2018, or whatever, and it's like, so I am a purebred so and so, and I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know jack about dogs. Can it play fetch? Does it like tennis balls? Does it? I'm sure the dog doesn't care. Ooh. Ah, webbed feet. Like, again, why would you want a purebred dog then? Like, why would you want that? Isn't the whole point of like genetic mixing in order to strengthen the dog? Or like, at the very least, find a different bloodline to have with the dog. Again, like why would that be a positive thing? I've got a purebred, I don't know, German Shepherd or whatever, and it's like, okay, well, what does that gain you? It's, oh, the genes are still good. It's like, are you sure? I don't know. I don't see the appeal. I know some people can get really into their dogs, and I'm cool with that. You know, if you're into your dogs, that's fine. You know, everybody's gonna have a hobby, and if yours is, you know, making your dog as pretty as possible and as fit as possible, sure, go for it, man. Like, dogs don't last very long. You know, neither do cats. You know, they only last 10, 15 years at most. But I mean, everybody's gonna have a hobby. That's fine. I just don't see like how you can argue that spending thousands of dollars to get a dog that's purebred or something is a positive thing to have. I just don't get it. I guess there's something ever else, but I don't see it. Like, I just don't care. It's like, you know, if I have a dog that's superior at running or just, you know, hunting or whatever, fine, great, cool. I just don't see the point in having a dog that's just sickly. Unless I've got a lot of, like, the English Bull Terrier is the only exception. I would love to have one of those because those dogs look like they're a lot of fun. You know, like, I think it was at like people were saying that, like, I think I was listening to somebody do like a little documentary on them or something like that. Documentary, good lord, documentary on them, and they were talking about how somebody was like had massive buyer's remorse where they had to actually like quit. One of the parents had to quit their job just to take care of the dog because the dog required like physical exercise all the time. It required constant stimulation, otherwise it would just go nuts on their house. It could not stand to be cooped up in the house all day. And I was like, I don't know anybody except for wealthy people that even could afford that dog. Yeah, like they had to have like an obstacle course in their backyard for the dog. So they had to turn their entire backyard into a giant obstacle course that the dog would run through like 4 or 5 times a day minimum. And they'd run through like 4 or 5 times a piece. Otherwise, the dog would just tear up their house. They apparently had to get like 2 new couches in 1 year. I was like, geez, man, like that's expensive. It's like, gee, I would have probably put the dog down at that point. I'd be like, no, dude. I'm kidding. I wouldn't have put the dog down. I'd probably try to find another home for him, or you know, put him on a leash outside and make him an outside dog or something. But like, if you have to spend that much time and energy on your dog, dude. I didn't realize there were dogs that were that bad. My first response would be that if I'm having to spend multiple thousands of dollars on a new couch, and then to top it off, like the dog requires me to quit, like one of my, you know, like my spouse or whatever, to quit their job just to pay, or sorry, just to keep the dog from tearing apart my home. I'd be like, dude, we are gonna have a serious talk about this dog. I mean, but now that I know what they do, like I still want one, you know. Even though they're going to be a pain in the butt, I still want one of those dogs. It's just, you know, I want to have the money to be able to take care of him, or the land that he can just run around on.
Let's go. Bring him on. Reporting for duty. All the way. Great idea, sir. Here we go.
All right, I need to start building more. Here I'm getting caught up talking about my, you know, dogies. Not even my dogies that I want. Energy and wood. I need more wood. More wood is needed.
Reporting for duty.
I need more workers too.
Commander? Perfect. All right. For the colony.
Good lord, I haven't read a Garfield comic in so long. I used to collect those when I was a kid. Like, I don't know, I mean, maybe this is showing my age a little bit too much, but back in the day we had these book things in school, these little, they're like little magazines, but for like ordering books. And every single time I would look to see if they offered Garfield, and that's how I would buy my Garfield books. This is pre-Amazon and internet days, by the way. You know, like the internet existed, but like it wasn't a big thing yet.
For the colony! Understood. For the humans! Let's go.
I think I may still have some. Like maybe my parents still have all those books, but
Charge! Understood. Reporting for duty. Perfect. Understood. That one.
yeah, book it sounds right.
All the way.
It sounds right, but you know, it's so vague though that I can't quite remember all of it. But book it sounds accurate.
Ready and waiting. On your orders. For the colony!
All right, so that's pretty much the only place left that they can come in.
Tell me. All right. Perfect.
Yeah, I used to collect the Garfield books. Okay, that's not enough soldiers.
Come on.
All right, maybe I should send them up there too.
Perfect. Any orders?
I think they even had video games in there. Like I remember I bought the very first Need for Speed off of there too, and I installed it on our little home PC. Back before you needed video cards to really do much.
Let's go.
Yeah, I bought the classic Need for Speed game for PC. And I remember like just playing with it with only being able to use the arrow keys to do that.
Understood. Let's get them. For the humans.
There we go, that's better. That's better. Now they're just gonna run through and kill everything. I said attack move. Come on, guys. Attack move.
Let's go.
I said all of y'all do it. I kind of wish the train killed zombies. Oh, while they're doing that, jeez, I keep forgetting. I have to build houses.
Any orders? All right. That
we're going over yonder. Come on. There we go. See if we can just make this go by a little bit faster. 4 energy, more wood.
Just tell me what to do.
Wood problem is solved.
All the way. All right. At your service.
What the hell? How's... God dang, I just built another farm, didn't I? Not that one. I thought I just built another one. Oh well. Yeah, I thought I built this one up here. Ah, screw it. I don't even know. My short-term memory's kicking in. Or my short-term memory's falling apart, so who knows? I'll eventually have to come up here to get my freaking food on. Just make that a giant freaking food area. I'll be back here too. I really gotta stop watching so much of the Venture Brothers. It just pisses me off knowing that I'll never get an 8th season.
All the way. Come on.
Oh, I'm almost done here. That's 340 out of 400. I'm getting there. I'm getting there, guys. So I ordered the 5th or 6th season, and I got that. And then I ordered the 7th season. That's not going to arrive till February, which I was like, what? And I'm slowly going to buy the rest of it too. I don't want them because I know that that's the show that eventually is going to get pulled. There's no way it won't be. It's not even that offensive, but I know that because it is kind of irreverent towards a lot of stuff. I have no doubt in my mind that they're going to pull that show eventually. Like I think and don't quote me, but I think there were jokes that were pulled out of the original Archer season, like the first season of Archer. Because I remember watching it like when it first came out, and I fell in love with it. And it was just Archer's entirely irreverent towards everything, and they had some really mean jokes about it was making fun of like a sheik versus a Muslim or something, and I think they pulled that joke. In one of the other episodes, or like what 2-3 years after the fact, and I was like, what the hell? Like, why would you pull that joke? I don't understand. Why would you do that? Maybe I'm misremembering, but my gut tells me they're not going to last. Like, that show's going to get pulled. All right. Let's see. 1,664 infected. Let's see here. Or worse, they'll edit it to where excuse me. It's range or attack damage. armor. I think that'll be okay. My gut tells me this is a good idea, which in this game, who knows if that's the right call. Let's do it. I kind of don't want to do one of those yet, but let's do one of the small ones. We got big boys. Let's see. Let's see what we can do. Alright, let's see here. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty. At your service.
I have no idea if this is a good formation at all. I really don't. I genuinely don't know. But this seems like a pretty effective way to defend off the or fend this place. Maybe I should shrink this in a little bit. Maybe I should make it like literally just airtight. You know what? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just pull this back. I'm gonna shrink this down a little bit.
Commander, is everything okay?
Let's see. Let's start off with.
Reporting for duty. 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 Reporting for duty.
Oh, I guess I really couldn't go much further than that, so maybe that was stupid. Okay, so I guess I don't have much of a choice. I guess this is the best way to do this. Probably to prevent people from doing what I was just about to do. Is just cheese it. Ah, too many soldiers. I'm fairly certain these are gonna do more help for me than a bunch of soldiers. Alright, let's start it. Let's see what we got. Sure, why not? Let's see what we get.
Sorry, sir. I was cleaning my weapon.
Whatever you say.
feel like those little spike traps are doing a lot of the work here. Oh, good lord! How are you supposed to fight that off?
Orders, sir. I will kill our enemies.
Yeah, they're all gonna die.
Ready and waiting. Understood. Orders, sir. Commander?
Maybe they'll make it. Maybe. Nope. All right. Yeah, no, not gonna happen. That's actually. I mean, I didn't know what to expect, so I have no idea what was going. So, I mean, it's not the worst outcome I think I could have had. I wonder if. Let's see. That might be useful. So, yeah. Maybe that. Maybe I'm relying too much on riflemen. I don't know. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna not choose an upgrade. I'm gonna go do this, farm some more points, and then we'll keep going. How about that? That seems more reasonable.
Ready. Not a problem. For the humans! Let's go. Killing time. Understood. Alrighty. Got it. For the Empire. Alrighty. Okie dokie. Let's go. Take that. Excellent idea, sir.
So at the very least, hopefully after this, I'll have enough extra stuff
Eat my
to where maybe I'll be able to get like an upgrade for my defensive structures, and maybe to give myself a bit of an armor upgrade. Or
Yes.
all right, what am I walking into? What is this place? Or maybe I'll get like a range boost or something. I don't know. Alpha Fortress, satellite communication center to control the infected population, restricted access. Okay, so this is designed to be mind control.
Great. Gotcha. Got it. I can do that. Looks cool. I can
And as
do
we all know, when the government does mind control experiments, it always works, and it's always the greatest thing ever.
Sure. All right. It's a breeze. Without delay. Rest in peace.
Oh, good lord.
I love it. Sure. Taste my lead. Sure thing. I love it.
More good news.
Fine. Let's go. Okie dokie. The more the merrier. Child's play. Nice. Without delay. I'm on it. Let's go.
Hitchens. Oh my gosh.
Got it.
Huh.
All right. Perfect. That's easy.
Now, kids, this is why you don't try to mind control people or mind control zombies. So undead people, I mean, you know, just don't do it. Bad things happen.
All right.
Just say no to mind control. That's all I'm saying.
All right. I can
Ah,
sure. It's a walk in the park.
awesome.
Yes. Understood.
Lots of bodies.
All right. Right away.
Kind of hungry now.
It's a breeze.
Should have saved one of those grenades.
Got it. For the Empire! Great. Two weapons, double the fun. Alrighty. Huh, cool. Great. Attack! No survivors! Go ahead. All right. For the humans! Bullseye! No fear! Yes? Die! Rest in peace. Come on.
Okay.
Hmm.
Let's see. Make sure there's nothing else that I'm missing here. I think we're good.
Great.
More friends.
Bullseye!
Ah, the fun act of just sitting and waiting for her to just whittle them all down. Again, these are nice distractions from the other game modes, but
I'm on it.
it does get quite repetitive.
My bullets! No survivors! Die! Not a problem. I love it. For the Empire! Okie dokie.
I don't know if anybody here's a comic book fan. I'm normally not, but I heard that Games Workshop, the guys that do Warhammer 40K, one of my favorite franchises, is teaming up with Disney and Marvel, and I'm
I'm on it.
absolutely freaking terrified how that's going to work out. I have not kept up with it. I've been too scared. So I don't know if anybody in the crowd can enlighten me as to how that's turned out.
Okie dokie. Two weapons, double the fun.
Fair enough.
Take that!
You know, 2020 seems to be the death of all the franchises that I like anyway. So I mean, I expect it to be an absolute and utter cluster.
Wonderful.
But
Attack! Right away. Excellent idea, sir. Killing time. Nice.
you just never know. Maybe Marvel will be like, no, we're gonna do this justice, and actually, you know, it's gonna be good. Maybe.
Affirmative. No fear. Sure. Perfect.
Good lord. Okay. Just die.
Nice. Right away.
These runners.
Attack! For the humans! What? Yeah. Yes. Alrighty. Understood. Sure thing. Yes?
They all run.
Roger that. Let's go. Killing time. Sure.
Why do they all run?
2 weapons, double the fun. Take that. For the humans. Gotcha. Roger that. Alrighty. For the humans. All right. Attack. Sure thing. It's a breeze.
You know, I chose her because I think I read somewhere where she just was super overpowered, and I'm just not seeing it. Like, the other guy is way more powerful. He doesn't shoot as fast, but, like, he'll just wipe out small groups with one shot. Maybe later on she becomes really powerful, but I'm just not seeing it right now.
For the Empire. Sure thing. Eat my bullets. Great. No fear. Sure. Affirmative.
Oh my gosh.
Of course. Right away. Gotcha.
See if I can get as many of them as I possibly can to clump up together, and I'll just throw a grenade at them.
Sounds good. For the Empire. Alrighty. Got it. Rest in peace. Roger that. Attack! Child's play. Die! Sure. Roger that. Come on. It's a walk in the park. Sure. Nice. Gotcha. Yes? No survivors!
Alright, I think that's it.
Sure thing. Got it, Chief. Not a problem. Child's play.
More runners. Lovely. I just can't get enough of the runners.
It's a breeze. All right. Gotcha. For the Empire. Understood. Nice. Let's go. Nice. Sure. Okie dokie. Let's go. Affirmative. Of course.
Actually, they've already done a Warhammer movie, and it flopped really badly because they didn't actually put the effort into it. You could always make something out of Warhammer, because Warhammer can pretty much do anything. It can fit almost anything. But they're doing Warhammer comics, and they're actually HBO or somebody picked up a Warhammer TV show. And, you know, it's kind of like one of those moments where, like, this could go well. It could. But I'm, like, holding my breath, kind of, like, looking at it sideways, going, I don't know what you're about to do here, guys. But I think it's about Inquisitors, which I think is a really good idea. I don't want to go there yet.
That's easy
They're freaking runners. Screw it, I'm just gonna eat it. There we go. And actually, if you haven't, there's a lovely little fan movie called Astartes that I really like. I think it's really good, and I'm surprised that GW freaking hell. I should have shot that. That's what I should have done. Oh, damn. Now I'm gonna have to chew these up manually, or maybe I can circle them back around.
Sure thing. Yeah.
Oh no, there's just enough of them.
Right away. No problem. Nice. I'm on it. Let's go.
Yeah, they're doing comics now, which look, I'm all fine with that. I think that Warhammer is a pretty good medium, or not really medium, a pretty good.
Come on.
I think it works for comics. I think they could work it. The problem is I see what Marvel puts out, and I'm just appalled by it. I'm not even a big comic book fan. So I guess I'm not their target audience, but I can't imagine why anybody would want to read those comics for what Marvel puts out. It just looks like trash.
That's easy.
It doesn't even look like someone cares about the actual franchise that they're working on. It just looks like I have a political agenda to push, so therefore I'm going to push this agenda.
Roger that.
And maybe I'm being too mean on it. I'm not really familiar with what's going on in the comics industry. One of my buddies that I've kept in touch with since I left retail, he all he does is read comic books, and every time he shows me something that's going on in Marvel, I kind of just cringe and go, "Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed X." You know, but it's usually older stuff that he reads. It's nothing new. But when he does read the new stuff, I just kind of wince and just go, "Well, I'm glad you're reading it." And he's like, "It's not as good as the old stuff." It's like, how old are we talking?
Sounds good. Great. Gotcha.
I guess these are supposed to be like undead snipers, I guess.
Go ahead. Got it. Roger that. Sure thing. All right.
If I can find it, I'll see who's doing the Warhammer TV show. I am carefully excited about it. I want it to be really good. I want it to be good. But part of me thinks it's not going to be good. I think they're gonna find somebody that doesn't know what they're doing with it. They're gonna burn it to the ground, or they're gonna like politicize it in some way, and I'm not really looking forward to that. Warhammer is a very, very deep universe. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Nice. Wonderful. What do you need? Ready.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
It's just so many of them. Yeah, I think I've pretty much bought almost every single Warhammer game that they've come out with, because I'm one of those dirty, rotten fanboys that I despise so much in almost every other genre or universe. Like, I don't like Star Wars fanboys. I don't like Star Trek fanboys. But like, I am a diehard Warhammer 40K fanboy. Like I will find a reason that something sucks, and I'll go, no, it's good, it's good, guys, I promise, it's good, I swear. Well, meanwhile, I'm like sitting, I'm that meme with the guy with the happy face mask on, but like underneath him crying. I'm like, no, why did it suck? Like one of my favorite games that I haven't ever played the board game, but I really enjoyed the digital game of Space Hulk. I really like Space Hulk. I really do. I wish that they made a effective version of the game, but the best one I've seen so far that I think is fun and engaging is Ascension, which they don't even sell anymore. Like they literally pulled it from the Steam store. They don't even have it. So your only options are the original digital version of Space Hulk, which is essentially the board game, but you don't get to see the dice rolls, and it runs well, but I mean it makes it very difficult to play. Or you have Space Hulk Tactics, which I bought for like $8, and I kind of wished I had gotten my $8 back. It's not a very good game. Crap! Run! But then there's Space Hulk Deathwing, which oh my god, I really love that idea. I loved it. And I really wish that I wanted it to do well, but when I first bought it, I pre-ordered it and everything. But when I played it, it's essentially a Left 4 Dead kind of game, and Vermintide kind of game. But when I played it, I was disappointed at the AI. The AI was really stupid. And there weren't that many enemy types, so now they fixed that eventually, so that eventually the game became much better. They added the Gene Stealers in there. Or sorry, not the Gene Stealers. They added different, I guess, evolutions of the Gene Stealers instead of just being Gene Stealers and then the Brood Lords and the what do they call it? Brood Lords and I can't remember the other thing they called them. The Hive Tyrants and whatnot. Instead of those, they actually added like Stage 1 Gene Stealers, and then like the human version of the Gene Stealers. Like they added more to it, which is really cool. And then they changed some of their behaviors. They made the game more fun. They added new stuff. But the problem is that the level design wasn't very good. The level aesthetics were fantastic. Oh my goodness. Like when I played it, I was like, this feels like I'm playing a game that's for Warhammer. I would recommend it if you can ever find it on like a bargain bin. Space Hulk Deathwing, the definitive edition it feels like you're in a Warhammer universe. It's just that it is very repetitive. It's as if you're playing Left 4 Dead, but with a Warhammer face on it. I don't even know if it came to consoles. I think it. I mean, if it did, I'm not aware of it.
Yeah? Alrighty. For the humans! Of course.
An account.
Alright.
I don't mean. That being said, I bought it on Steam, so I have no idea if Deathwing requires an account. If it does, I'm not aware of it. I do know that the main campaign, which really, I guess it works out, but I think there should be multiplayer for the campaign. To me, that makes sense. I guess for some people it doesn't, but I mean, they needed to do more with the game in order to make it as long as they did, and even then, the game's not that long. It really isn't. It's only like 8 or 9 levels, but those levels are pretty big, which again, it's good. And as in Space Hulks, if you want to get into the deep lore, there's lots of corridors and little things like that, and I think they did a good job of mashing up a bunch of different starships together. I thought they did a fantastic job with that. I think the only real issue that I came down with was, again, like, it was a lot of work and a lot of tedium and a lot of repetitiveness. I don't think so. I mean, if I have a GW, I have a GW account, but usually a GW, that's just for like buying models. Which of course, as a proper GW fanboy, up until recently, I bought all my stuff from GW. um,
Ready. No problem.
you know, I realize the company does some really stupid crap from time to time. I realize the company's done some really shady and awful crap from time to time. I know that they do stupid things like purposefully try to copyright words that everybody uses because reasons. But I like this story. I like the lore. I like what I like what the universe brings to the table. It's a dark fantasy universe that is not like, it's overly dark. It's even comically dark, but at the same time, like, it feels interesting. And the fact that the bad guys have a threat, at least, well, they're supposed to. There's something comical about the main villain losing every single battle he's always in, but they're trying to convince me that he's actually the bad guy.
That's easy.
There's just something highly entertaining to me about that.
I love it. Understood. All right.
Oh crap! I'm literally trapped in on both sides. Oh, damn. I mean, darn. Did I lose? I think I lost one of my snipers. Shoot that barrel. Crap. Doesn't matter now. I'm going to lose one of these guys.
Wonderful.
I think what really kind of started to turn me off of buying models was this Age of Sigmar stuff. I liked fantasy, even though I didn't really like fantasy models that much. I never could play them. I felt like the Age of Sigmar, like what are they called? I don't even know what they're called anymore. They're lovingly called Sigmarines because it looks like Space Marines, but for Age of Sigmar. And I thought that was kind of garbagey. And then they added the Primaris Marines, and I think that was the part where I started to go, I'm not really into that. And if that's where the company's going, I'm kind of like, well, I'll just enjoy the old stuff. And I realize they gotta move like stuff forward. They can't just constantly, do the same thing over and over and over again. But it doesn't help whenever that's what you call progress. It's like, how can we make Space Marines more Space Marine-y? I know, more Space Marine. It's like, oh, okay. Like, what do you mean? Like, make them bigger, stronger, faster, tougher, and also, just make them better than they are before. They are now. It's like, oh, okay.
That's easy. Ready.
Alright, I'm gonna go on a limb and say that this has got a bunch of bad guys in it. Just loaded to the freaking brim with bad guys.
Oh, yeah. Yes. All right.
Oops.
Score. Nice. Worth taking it. Got it. For the humans. Without delay.
Called it. What I do find incredible with the Games Workshop community is that even on YouTube you can find like fan made videos or fan made artwork that's just really good. I think there's one where it's like the Siege of Earth or Terra, as they call it, and it's got like a bunch of soldiers in older power armor. You've got humans running away from them. Like it's really cool actually. It's really cool. All right, so that's 250, but I'm only at half for Empire points. Okay, that's just unacceptable. We can't leave with that. We need to get everything. Hello. What you got over here? Alright, you guys can just shoot stuff.
Will there ever be an empress? Alrighty. Nice. Great. Piece of cake. Alrighty. Not a problem. Yes?
Alright.
Rest in pieces. I'm listening. Ready.
The Mona Lisa? That's the Mona Lisa. Good lord.
Come to mama.
It's 30.
Right away. Of course. For the humans. Yes? Sounds good. Roger that.
She's trying to get back there.
Yes. Great. Okie dokie. Perfect. Right away. Of course.
Alright, let's see. So missing one more piece. I could have overlooked it. Let's just kind of do a quick pass here. Didn't lose it in there. No, no. Did I miss it in here? No. No, doesn't look like I missed it in there. So did I miss it in here? Nope. This is one of the more infuriating things about this game. Okay, so what am I missing and where are you?
Sure. Affirmative. Yes? It's a walk in the park. Roger that. Great. Yes. Child's play. Let's go. Gotcha. I can do that. Alrighty. Yes? Sure. Roger that. Child's play. Roger that. All right. Alrighty. Yes. Sure.
Alright, chat. Anybody got any ideas of this last little... Oh, is that it? No, it's not it. Darn it. It's got to be something simple. I must have missed something. Or did I miss something over here? Maybe it's right here. I bet it. You know what? I bet it's right here. Just covered up enough. Just like last time.
What do you need? Yes?
Nope. Oh,
Alright.
is there a spot back here you can get to?
Roger that.
No, there's not.
Affirmative. Of course. Great.
When someone tells you it's an excellent idea, you should automatically be really skeptical. At least that's what I do.
Let's go. What do you need? Great. Let's go. Alrighty. Nice. No problem.
I need to kill something. Bullseye.
Go ahead. Let's go. Great. No problem. I love it. Gotcha.
Where is this last little
Sounds
piece?
good. Affirmative.
I need to explode this car. I smell this coming. Bullseye. Yes, tell me what to kill. 10 seconds. Let's go.
Yes?
Where
Excellent
is
idea,
this
sir.
thing?
I'm on it. Let's go. That's easy.
Oh, there it is.
Amazing.
Nope, there's one. Good freaking lord. Oh, that's really frustrating. I found one. It's like, nope, that's just 10.
All right. Nice. All right.
Yeah, like, and there's nothing like, you know, I normally don't like games that point you directly to the end, but like this game is like, oh my gosh, like it really does feel like it's punishment.
Piece of cake.
It's like, hey, how can I make you give up? That's what this game feels like sometimes, and they'll be like really tiny objects too. So like there was one where there was like a bottle, so it was like a bottle of something like on the table, and it was like a little itty bitty square like that, and that was it. Or like a crumpled piece of paper or something. Something utterly just stupid that is like, why would what? But like after you look for something for a few minutes, like if you are still in the game, but like you've made it to the end objective, like you should automatically have stuff highlighted after maybe a minute or two. Because then it becomes not fun. Now the game becomes more like a, wow, I really wish I could just get this and be done with it. You know, dude, I will come back to this another time. I will just finish this level and then we'll offline. I'll just come back and I'll get it. I'll just do one more quick pass on the outside.
All right.
I don't want to burn up, you know, what little time I have left. Cause I'm getting tired now.
Alrighty.
Actually, this is probably gonna be my last level. I'm getting sleepy.
Got it. All right.
I was streaming past midnight last night, so I don't want to do that. Let's do one quick pass real quick, just to make sure. I don't think I ever went this way. Let's go check this way.
Gotcha. Perfect. Roger that. Nice. Let's go. Affirmative. Great.
There's got to be something tiny that I'm missing. It's got to be something really small. Or something that I can't get to, or I can't seemingly get to right now, because I think I've gone everywhere that makes sense.
Great.
Yeah, I'll come back and get it in my in I guess my free time or my spare time.
Gotcha.
I just can't think of what it is, or I can't think of where to look for it.
I'm on it.
Ready to go to bed, Felix? Is that what you're telling me? Okay. So, almost got everything. I missed either one or two little things there. But I got all the technology, which is good. Now I've got some real stuff going on. Alright. Let's see. Do I want attack speed or attack damage? She already attacks pretty fast. Ooh, attack range. I think damage would be better. It's just what she really needs. Oh, I can definitely see this being a nightmare scenario. It's just attack speed up. Alright, with that, we were going to stop for the night. I hope everybody enjoyed. If you haven't already and you enjoyed, please give us a follow. I'll be on tomorrow evening. We're going to hopefully pick up where we left off. Maybe I'll go back to RimWorld or something else. I have no idea yet. We'll find out. So have a good night. Enjoy your Sunday. And have a good day.